We'll hear a little bit from our actors about team building. Take it away.
All right. Today, you're all going to be working in teams. The three of you are together. What I would like you to do is make a family tree based off Greek mythological gods, starting with
Jesus.
Zeus.
Say it again, please.
The family tree.
I know
Starting
how to
with
do this.
Zeus. Go.
Can I borrow a piece of paper?
Yeah.
We have
Guys,
a family
wait.
tree at home, so
Wait,
I know
I have a brilliant idea for how this project
I
can
know,
go.
but
You not team leader, man. Calm down.
There is
Calm
no
how are
team
we going to
leader.
draw
Calm
this
down.
tree? That's the question.
It's not a real.
Let's draw.
It's not a real
It's-
tree. It
Yeah, but
doesn't
she
gl-
said draw a family tree
but
of
we
Greek
can
mythology, right?
symbolic.
So
Zeus
See,
on
you
top,
can- you
like
write-
this. And then we can draw, maybe make it like a pine
Then-
tree?
Yeah,
Or an
like
oak
a-
tree.
No,
pine
you're
tree.
drawing
no, like
pictures.
oak is
This
gotta be
isn't
like
an
bigger.
art
Nah,
class.
cause like
This is the fun
like
way.
ancestry.com, when you do like the family
Look,
tree, like you
Zeus,
know how if I'm
and
like
then-
great
Oh,
Auntie, yeah, like that, yeah,
Ancestry.com.
yeah,
Right,
yeah. Because you
right,
gotta
right,
do
right.
tree,
No.
tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Professor,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I cannot
Hey,
work with
you
these
can make it
people.
a tree.
They're not listening to.
You
What
know
you
what?
mean these
my
people?
shoes.
I do not
Excuse
care
me.
for shoes. I care for education.
mad nice.
Excuse me. Sometimes in life, you have to work with people that you don't get along with. Get over it and go.
Professor, I really cannot work with these people.
And I really, really, really don't care. I've heard enough about this.
Yeah, because you gotta produce it, but you gotta.
Enough.
Hi. You know, it's a wonderful irony that when we go for job interviews, we're often interviewed by an individual, sometimes even with teams. We're very excited, we get hired, and then we're asked to work with people 8-10 hours a day whom you've never met before, might not choose to ever want to work with, and there you are stuck with them, and moreover, your success depends on your ability to work with those people. As probably you know, the model of the world of work today is all team-based. I don't know what your majors are. I'd be interested in hearing. What are some of you majoring in? Let me hear. Real loud. Any business majors? Economics, okay. And the world of business, as you probably know, everything is being done in teams now. You have teams meeting, teams deciding on strategies, teams implementing. Anybody here in medicine or nursing or having anything to do with healthcare? Great, a few students raised their hands. As you probably know, all of healthcare is being done by teams now. So team building and being able to work successfully in teams, absolutely essential to a student's success, not only here at the college, but when they graduate and go out into the world of work. So that's one of the things that I want to talk to you about today. As you can tell, I'm very short, but strong. And let's see how we do, okay? I think one of the interesting things also that I've noticed is that the world seems to be full of contradictions today. For example, we have more television channels than have ever existed in human history, but the programming is worse and fewer people are watching them. I saw there was an article the other day in the New York Times, fewer people are watching television than ever before. I think it's interesting, another contradiction is that advertisers keep telling us that we can all qualify for free gifts. Think about it. Aren't all gifts? Can you imagine giving a birthday present to somebody? Here, happy birthday. You owe me $39.95. You know, okay. McDonald's, you can go into McDonald's, of course, and get large fries and a Diet Coke. You know, does that make any sense? But also, I'm finding as a professor that young people today are absolutely addicted to technological connectivity. Getting students to turn off the cell phones and the Blackberries and so is a constant struggle in the classroom. So I find that students are absolutely addicted now to being electronically connected to one another, But I often find that when they come into the classroom, they have a lot of difficulty working with one another, face-to-face, one-on-one. So that's one of the things that I like to do in my classroom, where I teach fundamentals of speech. Now, many of you who are BMCC students know about good old Speech 100. It's a required course. As we often say in our department, nobody gets out of here alive if you haven't passed Speech 100. So everyone has to take the class. And you probably also know that many students who take Speech 100 are entry-level freshmen. And with that goes certain attitudes and certain mindsets. One of the things that I find is that many freshmen are unsure of themselves, which comes with being a college student, brand new. It's quite a new experience. I find a lot of students are suspicious of one another. And so if I ask them to work together or share notes, I'm not sharing notes with that person, no, not me, you know. And they're also mistrustful of me. And I think that comes from the high school experience. I'm not working with her. I'm not going to her office, not me. So being able to get people to work together in teams and to break down some of those attitudes, I think not only enhances learning, but is a very important skill set for students to take as they move from the academic world into what we call the real world of business and the profession. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that I use in my classroom called team-based learning. And I'm going to talk to you about what it is and how I've been using it and what I see as some of the outcomes. And it really, really follows what Lee has told us before. It's a very specific technique designed to engage students, and I think it works very nicely, and you'll tell me if you think it would appeal to you as well. Let me say that I didn't start out doing this. I started out like most professors doing chalk and talk. Walk in, you lecture, you leave, and that's sort of the end of it. But I've now been teaching at BMCC, hold on to your seats, 45 years, and lived, thank you, and I can still make whole sentences, and I can walk and talk and do things like that. And so like most of us, my teaching style has evolved over the years into things that I think are more effective and more applicable. Also, I do corporate training, and a lot of what I've learned doing corporate training has informed my teaching in the classroom, because in corporate training, people have to move very, very quickly. They get a Speech 100 course in a day and a half. So they get in, they do it, they get out. So it moves very, very quickly, and we have to be very, very efficient, engage people very rapidly. So some of what I've learned doing that, I have brought into the classroom here. I think that some of the outcomes or the benefits of this style of teaching and learning is, first of all, I think students learn course content better when they work in teams. I think, second, they have a better learning attitude when they work in teams. I think they develop better learning styles. I think they definitely have better academic success, which I will talk about to you later on. And I think they're better prepared for the world of work, where we are expected to work with one another, people we don't know, people we didn't choose, and sometimes people we don't like. And as our actors showed us a little while ago, but I think it's a great experience, and it benefits, I think, both the faculty and the students. So let's get started and talk about what is team-based learning. Basically, what I do with my students in the classroom is I divide them into teams, and usually teams of 5. I find that's about the right number. Smaller than that, not so good. Too big, too many people could drop out of the activity and let others kind of run the show. And there are